Good morning, class, and happy Halloween. Today we will be annotating The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. So I'm going to model for you guys what it is that you guys should look for when annotating a poem. So the first thing to look at is the title. From the title of the poem, I can see that this poem is going to be about a raven. Let's highlight that in red. Raven. I can see that this poem could be about a raven. The title is bolded. That must mean it's very important. I'm predicting that it could be a specific raven, maybe. Maybe the raven was the author's pet in real life. The title is pretty simple, therefore there's no other information that reveals what this poem could be about. Now that I think about it though, I feel like we can get more meaning out of this title. When I read the word raven, I visualize about a medium-sized black bird with a sharp black beak and very black eyes. And all black birds sound scary to me. This is like a bird you can associate with a scary story or a scary movie. The color black too makes me feel like this poem is gonna be pretty dark. Let's start reading in order to find out who this mysterious raven is. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. Let's take a close look at stanza 1. Let's pay attention to words that contribute to the tone. Then let's pay attention to words that we are unfamiliar with. So I see the words midnight and dreary. So midnight. We're going to do that in a different color. Midnight and dreary. First, the word midnight makes me feel like this is going to be about something scary. What other words here sound scary? Okay, curious. Has to do with something scary because you're usually curious about something that's scary. Tapping is another one. Tapping, rapping. That stands out. Tapping and rapping? That sounds eerie and strange. I wonder who this visitor is. Rapping at my chamber door. I can visualize this visitor possibly making rap noises with his mouth, like hip-hop beat sounds, but not sounding musically though. Rap music didn't exist when Poe was alive. I know that. Have you guys ever had a visitor knock at your door, but you're afraid to open it? Like it's all quiet at home and then all of a sudden you hear a knocking. Scary, right? I know I've been in that situation. Let's read the next stanza to find out who this visitor is. But isn't this poem about a raven and not a visitor? Let's move on to the second stanza. I distinctly remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. Bleak December. That's something. Bleak December. What kind of December is that? Let me read the rest of the poem in order for me to figure out what the word bleak could mean. Ember? Ember? What's that? Rot? Sounds like bleak wouldn't be a really good thing. What would be the next word or phrase that stands out after bleak December? Dying ember. Just dying. in front of the word ember. First, I need to know what ember means. I can't see any words that could help me understand what ember is. Let's look up the word. So in the dictionary, it says that ember is a small piece of coal that is burning or glows. Dying ember looks like this piece of coal is not glowing so much. Let's go back to where it says bleak December. So if the coal is dying and it's December, the setting of this poem must be in the winter. Let's see what other words I'm confused about. Morrow, that's a weird word. It almost sounds like the word tomorrow. Maybe that's what po means? Let me look it up to be sure. According to the dictionary, it says that morrow means the following day. Okay, I was right on morrow meaning the same as tomorrow. What about surcease? Never heard that word before. I know the word cease exists. Perhaps sir is a prefix or of some kind. I know cease means to stop or finish something. Let's look up that word for sure. So the dictionary says that cease means bringing something to an end. Okay, I was right. But what about the prefix sir? Let's look up the word surcease. I just looked it up and saw that it means to break or to rest. Let's read that line from the poem again with the word surcease. So if surcease means to break or rest, that means that line could be read as, from my books, break of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore. It sounds like Poe is using personification here. Remember, personification is on your literary devices handout I gave you guys at the beginning of the semester. Personification means to give human-like qualities to something that's not human. So we're saying that a book is breaking of sorrow, so we're saying that a book has feelings. I'm predicting that the book of sorrow represents Poe, the author of the poem. Sorrow for the lost Lenore. That sounds like someone's name, but isn't the poem about a raven and not a person? Or could Lenore be the raven? Let's continue reading. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and get an idea of what things to pay attention to when you're reading a poem. And I hope you get to figure out soon what this raven is. Have a good day.